Today I'm going to be talking to you about how I like to sling weight. And I'm not talking about using a drug mule. I'm talking about the Evac Plan B sling bag from Hazard 4. There's a number of sling bags on the market today, but from what I've seen, I think you'll find that the Hazard 4 Evac Plan B is probably going to be one of the better options, and hopefully this video will illustrate that for you, and you can come to your own conclusions. But from what I've seen, that's what I think. I've spoken with the owner of Hazard 4. I've had a number of conversations with him. Very nice guy, and I know that they put a lot of R&D into their products. Hazard 4 actually tests their gear. They think about it. They think, does this work? How can we make this better? And what can we do to improve end user experiences? So with that being said, let's move right into the features of the bag. On many of the Hazard 4 products, I'm not sure about every product in their product line, but I know on many of them they include a PVC patch of their brand logo, which is a nice touch. It's not a big deal, but a nice touch. You'll also note that there's a windowed Velcro spot there on the small outer pouch where you can put your own patches. A great spot for your Airsoft Obsessed patch if you've got one. Here you can see the zippered pouch on the right side there, which when opened will allow you to feed your hydration tube through. Looking to the left, there's also a flap there that opens, as you see here, where you can also run a tube. If you're using this bag in a game to hold your Polar Star tank, like some people might do, I myself plan to try it out just to see if it would work. You can run your hydration tube in one and your Polar Star airline through the other. Here you can see the skeletonized buckle, and they have 4 of these on the outside of the bag that you can use in conjunction with the compression straps to kind of tie the bag down and keep your belongings that are inside of the bag nice and snug and keep them from flopping around while you're wearing the bag. I included this shot to sort of highlight the heavy-duty stitching on the MOLLE webbing. I thought they did a pretty good job all around on the stitching, and here you can see that they definitely made an effort to reinforce that MOLLE so that you can weave your MOLLE compatible pouches onto the outside of the bag there and shouldn't have to worry about that stitching coming undone. Here's a view of the bottom of the bag. I'd like to point out primarily the grab handle that you see there, which is very handy at times. I have used it when holding the bag with 2 hands especially. Also note that large strap there that's coming from underneath the bag there. That's actually part of the main shoulder strap, and that's where you can adjust it at the top of the bag there where you see that D-ring buckle thing. That's will allow you to adjust the strap to your liking, and that is a very heavy duty strap. Here I'd like to point out the Velcro that they include on all their compression straps, which allows you to roll up the excess strap and use the Velcro to secure it so that you don't have a lot of extra long dangling straps hanging off the bag and catching on things and just generally being annoying. So a nice touch, and they include that on all 4 of the compression straps as well as the large shoulder strap. Here's a close-up of the padded mesh on the inside of the main shoulder strap there. You can also see, unfortunately, there is some fraying already on a small portion of that mesh when I was wearing the bag on top of a chest rig that also had nylon material. So maybe it was rubbing on that. I don't know what happened, but anyway, that's what that looks like. Not a big deal. Here you can see the thermo-molded foam padding on the back of the bag, and there's those 4 ovals that you see there, and in between the gaps are actually, they did that on purpose to help create small air channels to allow you a little bit more breathing when it's hot and you're moving around. Another nice little touch is they molded in their logo there on the bottom. You can kind of see that. This is obviously the main shoulder strap, and it is adjustable at the top of the strap there with a small compression strap, and then also at the bottom with a large buckle, and you can see the excess nylon strap there down at the bottom. There's MOLLE webbing on the strap itself, plus another PVC rubber Hazard 4 patch, which is cool. And here you can see on the left and right towards the bottom of the strap, there's those two D-rings where the stabilizer strap attaches depending on the side of the bag that the strap is coming from. So you can wear the bag on either shoulder, configure it whichever you prefer, and attach the stabilizer strap to one of those D-rings. You can see I've got it on the left one right now. Here's just a shot to show the straps, again buckled, and you can kind of see the large main buckle there that's locking, as well as the compression straps, and they are adjustable, like I said, and you can set them up on either side, either shoulder. Close-up of the shoulder strap, like I mentioned before, has the Velcro to secure the excess, roll up the strap and secure the excess strap so it's not just hanging down off you. It also comes with a large heavy-duty D-ring that you can attach things to, like I mentioned earlier. Here's a close-up of the buckle, and if I recall correctly, I think Hazard 4 makes this buckle themselves. Anyway, it's a nice buckle. Locking feature is very cool, and adds a nice touch, especially if you've got a lot of heavy stuff, or especially expensive heavy stuff in the bag, and you don't want that buckle accidentally coming detached and dropping your stuff. That would not be good. So they have that locking feature. It does come in handy. Here you can see on the stabilizer strap itself, it's got a skeletonized buckle and then attaches to a polymer clip or clasp. And I personally prefer the buckle versus doing unclipping the clip itself. It's a lot easier and a lot faster to do. This is the inside of the hydration bladder pouch, which stays kind of hidden when it's zipped up, but it's on the back of the bag there, and they say that the pouch will fit a 3-liter bladder filled with 2.5 liters of liquid, if that makes any sense to you. So basically it'll fit the bladder, the 3-liter bladder, but they say it will not fit the full 3 liters of liquid itself, which is fine. It's 2.5 liters is still a pretty good amount of fluid that you can take along with you. And you can see on the inside of the bag, they included a loop at the top, which you can hook your bladder to keep it in place and hanging inside the pouch there, and it doesn't all slip to the bottom. So just another nice touch that they included. Looking here, I've got the small outer pouch opened all the way, and generally you're going to be accessing this when you're wearing the bag from the front of you, and you're going to be accessing it from either the left side or the right side, and probably not needing to open it all the way like that, but it's a pretty good sized pouch for being so small. Actually, I mean, as far as the depth is concerned, you can get a number of small admin carry items. I usually put my wallet, my phone, and my keys. If you're running as a camera bag, great spot for your battery charger and batteries and things like that. So you've got that pouch available. Here is the larger of the two outer pouches fully opened, and you can see this is more of an admin pouch with a number of smaller slots and pockets. You can put pens and small items like that, any kind of admin items, medical supplies, small medical supplies, things of that nature. Looking down towards the bottom of this particular pouch, kind of a interesting setup they included with this Velcro pouch, and it was rather confusing at first. I thought you just opened it from both sides and wondered what kind of things you'd put in there, but it really meant to be accessed from one side or the other when you've got it on your front, and you just open either the left or the right side depending on what side's on top, and you can just use it as more of a vertical pouch instead of a horizontal pouch, I guess. So you can fit a number of small things in there depending on your needs. Here is the outside of the larger pouch, and you can see they included matching multicam webbing Although the material they use is not the nylon multicam, it looks like they just used the same material as the bag, which is okay, but although I kind of wish for aesthetic reasons they would have stuck with the tan webbing like they did on the rest of the bag. But I'm nitpicking here, and that's just a personal preference. Here, of course, is the main compartment of the bag opened up. And you can see the bag comes with a padded foam divider that has Velcro on both sides and will attach to the inner lining of the bag, which is all Velcro, and you can move that divider up or down, or you can take it completely out depending on your preference. You can also see there on the back of the bag there is a mesh pouch with elastic lining at the top of it, so you can fit a number of things in there. On the inside of the main flap, they've also included a small zippered mesh pocket to keep things, and the zipper, of course, is a nice touch that will keep things from falling out of the pouch. Now, the bag itself is actually, for all practical purposes, a small to medium-sized bag, but because of the depth of the main compartment, you can get a number of things in here. I have used the bag already for a number of purposes, including a camera bag, for example, where I can fit a 7D DSLR body with a battery grip and a 70 to 200 millimeter lens, which is a pretty good size lens if you know anything about that particular model. I can fit that in the bag no problem. Plus, in that top space there, I used a small 511 6" by 6" pouch to contain another lens that I was using at the time, and the bag worked phenomenally well. That's not obviously the only use you can do with this bag, but just one example. Here you can see, as I referenced earlier, the inner lining of the bag is all Velcro, which again is designed for the purpose of that padded divider and using the Velcro to move the divider up or down. And the Velcro is pretty strong, so once you get it in there, it's probably not going to go anywhere on you, which is good. So one personal touch that I do recommend is adding a carabiner clip to the top grab handle of your bag here. It often comes in handy. I've run into a number of situations where I wanted to hang the bag from something. Most commonly is my Easy Up tent when I'm outdoors and don't want to put the bag on the ground, or maybe don't have table space for it or whatever. Just want to keep it off the ground. I use that clip and I can hang the bag. And actually, to take it a step further, I put a carabiner clip on the bottom grab handle as well and hung it from the Easy Up in a horizontal position, and that way I can sort of operate out of the bag in that horizontal position, and it worked out even better than doing it vertically. So that's just one little tip for you that I use the bag for, but again, you use it how you want to. Overall, I'm very pleased with the Evac Plan B sling bag. I think Hazard 4 does a phenomenal job at creating useful products. They really have an attention to detail and really put a lot of thought and effort into making their products as high quality as possible. The bag is extremely versatile. As I've said, I've used it for a number of purposes. You can use it for a small gun bag. You can obviously get your pistol in there, but you can, if you wanted to, you can an SMG, an MP7 or whatever, fit that in there, no problem. Makes for a great hiking bag, general purpose bag. You know, you want to go to Disneyland, go to the beach, whatever. You can fit just about anything you'd need for those types of things. If you're a father of small children, you can use it as a diaper bag. And as I've used it as a camera bag as well, even though I have the Photo Recon dedicated camera bag from Hazard 4 as well, there have been a couple times when that was just too much bag for me, and I went with this one instead, and it worked really well. I like the fact that the bag can be configured for either shoulder, whichever you prefer, your left or the right, and I really like that stabilizer strap. I don't know that I've seen too many other bags have that feature, and it's extremely effective at what it's intended to do, which is prevent the bag from falling off or moving around too much while it's on your back. As you can see, I have the multicam version. However, the bag is also offered in ATAX, sort of a coyote tan color, and solid black. And with that being said, I will conclude this video. Thanks for watching. I hope that you can see that the bag's got a ton of features. If you are so inclined as to purchase your own bag, you can do so from Evike.com. On behalf of Airsoft Dave and myself, thanks for watching, and we will see you out on the field.